Alright, recently I got a system to lean code 171 and 174. That means that the engine is receiving too much air and it's been compensating for it by putting in more fuel. So right now I have an ODB2 reader here and I'm reading the live data, and it's saying here bank 1 and bank 2, right, is at trim 27%, so that's a lot. The usual trim should be below 5%. So by reading this, you can tell that there is a leak in the vacuum system where air is entering the system unmetered. So typically you would look around anything after the mass airflow sensor. So this boot here could be leaking, down here could be leaking. So any number of places here, including this diesel valve, the PCV valve, the dipstick tube underneath the O-ring could leak, and all sorts of tubings could be leaking. But I know that I checked this and everything here looks good, and everybody mentions all those things that you should check for. But the one thing that I have not mentioned is that in this intake there is a hole here that is capped off this by a vacuum cap. This hole right here should have a cap over it, and nobody usually mentioned this, but it's right about here. I can tell right now that there is no cap on it. Right, there is a hole right here, and the one thing that you could do to check is fire up the engine. Let's take a look at the fuel trim right now. Alright, you can see that the fuel trim is going up. Yeah, and the engine is running a little rough right now. So let's check on this hole right here. If I block off this hole, you should be seeing the fuel trim going down. So I could block off right now. See, trim is coming back down. So we're getting correct air in, and the air is being measured correctly. See that? So fuel trim is within specs right now. So if I open this, there's a big leak right now, so you can see the fuel trim going up. So yes, definitely check all the plastic parts, you know, tubing here, these PCV valve and all that, but also check this cap just about here. I guess you can hear right here, like block it just a little bit. You can hear the suction. So that's one of the things that you need to check out for. That cap will dry rot over time, and you have to buy a new cap and put it back on. Right, so you could go out and get a rubber cap and put it back on, and that should be like $8–9. Or you could get one of these silicone caps. I got this from Amazon. This was $11, and it includes a bunch of different sizes. So invest a little bit more in the silicone, especially when that hole is right next to the engine. That will solve your problem long term. This will stay soft for a while. I believe this is about the size that I would want for it, and we're gonna test that out right now. I think this is the right size. All right. Yep, that is the right size. All right, that should be good. Yep. That's the cap right there. All right, let's start the engine up. check our fuel trim. Alright, fuel trim is back to normal. We're within specs, plus or minus 5%. Yeah, and this is fixed. Engine is way better now. So yeah, definitely test out your typical tube here, here, but also don't forget this cap. All right.